Hello, YouTubers. This is Joe Bravo and Mo Bravo's Knife Reviews. Today I have a fun video. It is Multiple Flipper Friday, and I really wanted to showcase some of the knives that I have that have multiple deployment applications. So, first, I'm going to go with my favorite at the moment. It is my Maverick Asuka. It's been on this channel a whole bunch. I love putting it in my videos. Great front flipper action, great stud deployment. Thumb studs, no problem, even though it's a frame lock. Clip is great, rides right in the pocket, nice. Really, really nice knife. One of my favorites. I got the scale here just to give you an idea on weight. This guy comes in at 4.2 ounces. And to get the ruler out real quick, I'll tell you she runs about 3.3 inches on the blade and 7.5 overall length. So definitely one of my favorites. The CMF Omega, really nice knife, styling, just absolutely styling. It's got the vertical grinds like the Asuka. It's got the abalone pivot like the Asuka. It is a thumb stud design knife. Great action, absolutely drop shut, so smooth. And this guy's got a little flipper tab on the side. Really makes for multiple deployment, a breeze, nice and fun. Ian's a great guy. You could front flip this as well. To give you an idea, this baby comes in at a weight of 3.6 ounces. So even though it's got the length, Ian's scales really do a good job of keeping a minimalist approach. Maybe that's why it's called the Omega EDC model. Throw it on the ruler, and we've got an overall length of almost 8 inches. It's a little bit over 7 3/4, with a blade length of 3.3 inches on the cutting length, but overall it's around 3.5 inches total. But really beautiful knife, really really fun to fidget with, and if you want to cut something, that's a great blade profile to do. This is my brown V1 Cortex. This is the 13th one that I've had. I just love them. I can't get enough of them. The Spidey flick on these V1s are so great. I actually like them more than the V2. I feel like the detent is nice and light on these models. The newer ones can be a little bit more, I don't know, the detent is a little stronger. Great for the top flip. Great for the Spidey flick. Let me see. Hey, look at that. You could even thumb flick it if you wanted to. Great multiple deployment options. Very lightweight. Coming at the scale with that carbon fiber, 2.7 ounces. And believe it or not, this guy's a little bit longer than you would imagine, but its slimness really makes up for that. It's around 7.5, between 7.5 and 7 3/4. So not a bad blade length. Really fun to fidget with, and one of my favorite multiple flippers that I got on a Friday. This next one is Anton van der Vesseusen, and this is not traditionally a multiple flipper application. This is a Mo Bravo special. I got these command strips that I had in the closet, and I said, I wonder if I put a command strip on the back side of this thing, if I could Spidey flick it. And sure enough, man, it is awesome. So much fun. Just enough to kind of clip on that tick, and she rockets out. And she's got the traditional flipper on the side. Anton's IKBS bearing system makes a really, really smooth knife. Coming in from South Africa. This weighs a little bit closer to the Asuka, 4.1 ounces. And its overall length, I think, is just under 8 inches. Let me double check. Yeah, we got about 7 3/4. So again, that same 7.5, 7 3/4 footprint seems to be what I've been gravitating more. And it's just funny how you could turn a knife that doesn't have multiple deployment methods into one and enjoy it as much as I do. This next knife comes from France. This is GT Knives, which is grind tactical knives. And this guy is a lot of fun. Had a beautiful custom build with Thomas. These are micarta ivory scales with a Zerk clip, Zerk bolsters, titanium floating backspacer, which is really cool, and a really nice hand grind. This is the Spear Tack. So GT Knife Spear Tack front flip. It's got this beautiful fuller, and I'm going to try it. Hey, look at that. You can thumb flick the fuller as well. Great bearing action. A lot of fun. Ooh, very sharp. Hope it didn't get me. But yeah, really, really nice knife. Let's see what it weighs on the scale. Coming in at 3.8 ounces. So even with all that Zerk, it's still a nice light option. Not as light as a Roosevelt, but if memory serves me right, the Roosevelt was around 3.2 ounces in the titanium frame. So not too far off. This thing's around 7.25, almost 7.5. So a nice footprint, really fits in my hand nicely. And Thomas did a great job. The fit and finish on this thing is amazing. The last but not least is the Karroll pick. This guy has a really hollow edge, and again on bearings, very similar style of deployment method. It's got that front tick for front flipping, and the studs. The studs are really snappy. If you go straight up, she just flies out, and it's a half a shake to get her to drop close. Really nice titanium, light footprint. This comes in at the scales of 3.2 ounces, 3.4 ounces. So again, a lighter offering, slimmer carry, really fits the hand nicely, very hollow grind, really quality piece, and multiple deployment methods to allow you to fidget with it. This guy is a little bit on the smaller side, comes in a little bit over 7 inches, and that blade length is around 2 7/8, maybe a little bit more. Probably closer to 3-inch blade on the COA, but really nice knife, really fun to deploy, really fun to play with. If I had to pick my favorites out of the bunch, the Karroll is going to go, the Omega is going to go, and I think the remainder stay. I think everybody kind of knew that going into this. The Asuka is definitely one of my favorites. The brown, I just can't get enough of. I just love trying the different models and seeing which one is going to be the keeper. But anyone I get my hands on seems to be just as good as any of the others. The Anton, I always love supporting Anton. Making that knife into my own multiple deployment method really makes me even want it and love it even more, which is great because that's the kind of bond that you want to have with your knives. And this custom build with Thomas over at Grind Tactical Knives, GT Knives, man, I was really impressed. The build quality is up there with some of the best makers. Quality materials, he was able to source the micarta, really comfortable in the hand, great action. So that might stay around a little bit. I know Knife Sergeant wants to get his hands on it, but I'm not ready to let it go. But you never know what happens. The next knife is around the corner. TKI is going on right now, so who knows what's going to come up for sale or what's going to be deployed then, and everybody's going to want. But man, this is a lot of fun. So it's great. If I had to pick my top 4 knives, you would certainly be up there. If I had to add any of the other knives down my list, I think these right here with my Jonas and Glacius would definitely be my top 5 knives. I don't know if I have anything else. I have been enjoying my 3-inch integral by Maverick Concepts, but the Asuka and the Glacius do a great job of covering the thumb-studded knives. So sometimes, having a third of something kind of makes it a little redundant. I think it's funny too. In the last couple of months, I've really generated away from the Spidey holes. The Cortex seems to be my favorite. The fuller on the Spear Tack is really nice, really good to deploy, very similar to the BBK. But the thing that kind of wows me the most is how stupid fun this Boudica is with the contact paper in the back, or the command strip. Never did I think that adding a little bit of piece of Velcro would make me love a knife more, especially a higher end custom knife. It's just funny how that happened, and I'm really glad that I did it. Experiment, do what makes you happy. Don't worry about somebody else is going to say. So. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everybody at TKI has a really fun time. Take a lot of pictures. Let us know what's out there. Let us know what we had the opportunity to miss. Stay safe with COVID, and have a lovely weekend. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and follow me on Instagram, Watson and the Shark, and my buddy Brad at Knives on the Secondary. I'll put those links inside the description. Thanks again. Take care.